Good evening, YouTube. This is Kaylin Stern coming at you with my regular Sunday night dinner. And as promised, this is meal 2 from this Minotaur Trading Company Titan Menu 6. This is the newest menu in this particular line of freeze-dried 24-hour rations. I have already had the 3-meat goulash, which I combined with the instant potatoes and one of the packets of the cheese sauce mix. So I have the Western omelet scramble, which already has cheese and jalapenos in it, and the turkey Tetrazzini, plus there is a packet of instant rice and one more packet of the cheese sauce powder. So what I was thinking of doing the turkey Tetrazzini and combining it with the rice and then putting the cheese into the rice, since the omelet scramble already has the cheese and the jalapenos in it. So I've had the turkey Tetrazzini meal cold weather that was done by Mountain House. So it'll be interesting to see what Minotaur has done with it. Let's see. So far, Pete is here. And I see 2 viewers, so I don't know who the other one is yet. But I'm going to go ahead and start taking things out of here. So I have a packet of the Skyflix Crackers. You can buy these on Amazon. This is All Day Snack Classic Trail Mix. There's Quint in the house. Thanks for dropping in. This is the cherry drink. So I will have that. The chocolate peanut spread, I'm actually going to save that for the breakfast, because I have an idea in mind for that. And I combined the coffee, creamer, and sugars from the accessory packs into this Ziploc snack bag. So I'm going to drop one of each into my Foreign Emery mug. There's also a cappuccino in here, which I think I'm going to have for my third meal. There's Booger Butt and Booger Butt. And Jay in the house, thanks for dropping in. So I will slip this back into the bag. Here is the turkey Tetrazzini. This has pasta in it. There's a jalapeno cheese spread. This French vanilla cappuccino, that's really good. So if you haven't tried that one, so here's the rice. And this is the other cheesecake, the cinnamon swirl. So I will go get the bowl for that one. This is, remember, this is the other Skyflix, but it's like a chocolate sandwich cracker. So this will be part of my breakfast for dinner. And here is the English breakfast tea. Actually, since I have the English breakfast tea, I might actually change that up and have this French vanilla cappuccino. As my hot drink instead of this. Of course, anything that does not get used, I actually save and add to my stash. There is Angry Blacksmith in the house. Thanks for dropping in. I just put this bag back here behind where I got my water bottle. Oop, my there we go. Somehow my phone got shifted and it went out of horizontal, which is what I want it to stay in. And I apologize for the shaking. I have a bag off to the side that I'll just throw my trash in. Makes for easy disposal later. So this is the French vanilla cappuccino. I'm opening up the turkey Tetrazzini, and what's good about these pouches over the other ones, they don't feel like that the water is going to soak through. When you go to mix it up. So this is a little oxygen absorber or desk impact. This feels more like a moisture absorber. So this is what the dried turkey Tetrazzini looks like. The chunks are a lot bigger in here than in the Mountain House version. Now, the rice is in the same type of pouch, so instead of like this, you open it across. I do not see a moisture absorber in the rice. I really wouldn't expect to, but I thought I'd look anyway. jalapeno cheese spread. Is going to turn this into cheese rice. So I dumped that whole thing in. This calls for 8 to 10 ounces of water, and the rice calls for 8 ounces. Be about the same for the cappuccino. So I'm going to go get my kettle, and while I am in there getting that, I'll bring a bowl back for the dessert. I'll be right back. I'm pouring the water off camera just so I don't give you all a bath, a steam bath. There's Rachel's sunshine in the house. Thanks for dropping in. There's Wyoming in the house. I'm going to stop at the water for this for now. And I'm going to give this one a shake. Set that off to the side. I'll go ahead and stir my cappuccino. There's puppy breath in the house. Looks like we're going to have a pretty good crowd. During the Ration Museum stream, Ford said that he would not come in because he is doing a project with his dad, and they want to get that done as soon as possible. Just giving the rice with the cheese added a little bit of a shake. These drink mixes call for 12 ounces of water, which is just about up to where my drinking jar starts to turn, curve in. We'll stop it about there. Yep, I'm doing the turkey tetrazzini, and then next Sunday I will do the omelet scramble. Yep, but of course his is a lot older, whereas this one is a 2021 production date. I'm moving the coffee back there, just shifting a couple of things around. I'm going to go ahead and open up this classic trail mix. Something happened there when this label was printed, so it's just an error on the part of that machine that was printing this. One raisin didn't want to come out of the bag. This one seems to have a few more almonds in it. That's got pretty good sized raisins. Got peanuts. And cashews. So this is everything that is in this particular mix. I don't see any other nut in here besides the peanuts, the almonds, and cashews. Oh, DeCarlos Perry is here. Thanks for dropping in. Fix that just a little bit. Hope you're doing well and continuing to heal. And the Skyflix Crackers, you can see how thin they are. And Yossi is in the house all the way from Israel, pulling another all-nighter, I guess. See, what's good about these is you can almost break these on the segment line. And there's Mike in the house. Thanks for dropping in. And this is everything in the classic trail mix. The raisin, M&Ms, the peanuts. I'll take that yellow one out so it doesn't get lost with the peanuts. And the cashews. That's a good combination, sweet and salty. The cappuccino's really good. I'm going to go ahead and open this one, and I'll try to do less water than I think I put in too much water last time. But it just looks like a white powder with some very, very minute flecks of maybe cinnamon. I think I might need just a little bit more water in here, but not much. You can definitely smell the cinnamon, that's for sure. So that's zipped up, and that will go back here. I'm going to check on the Tetrazzini. It's still a bit loose, but I want to give it some more time to rehydrate. Plus, these are some pretty good sized chunks in there. It's got peas, so it does smell pretty good. I'm going to do the same with the rice. This will need more time to rehydrate, but I want to give it a bit of a mix. But you can see the jalapeno in there. Go ahead and have a bite of one of these crackers. I really like these. If you've never had the Skyflix Crackers, they taste like what a saltine should taste like. What the MRE crackers need to be again. In the first few years of the MRE cracker, the big square ones, they were salty. They were nicely toasted. And they're really good. So I would love to get some more of those again. But these are very, very good for anything that you want to put a saltine in or put on top of one. There's the Minotaur cherry drink. It's really good. It's artificial cherry, but it doesn't have that funky. It puts the USMRE fruit punch and the tropical punch. It really puts those to shame. And I'm looking forward to trying the chocolate ones. And that will be when I do my breakfast for dinner next Sunday. So in the meantime, I'm going to munch on a little bit more of this. What I might also do when I go to put this into a bowl, I may throw some of these raisins in there into this cinnamon swirl cheesecake. Like last time I brought this bowl out to put that in. I'm just holding it off to the side. That's okay. For those that have come in late, this is meal 2 from the new Menu 6 Titan from Minotaur Trading Company. Again, last week I had the 3-meat goulash, which I combined with the instant potatoes that were in there. And I put the cheese sauce powder into the potatoes. And then I put that down underneath the goulash. And then next Sunday I will do the omelet scramble. And I will actually have the English breakfast tea as my hot drink. And I'll just save the Folgers coffees. I'll just put those in my in one of my camping food bags that I put coffee, sugar, and creamer in. I have some teas in there. Basically a brew kit that I'm always putting stuff in. I have the other pour over coffee in there. That Colombian coffee that's really good, that pour over. So I've done one of those in one of my streams. And I have the other one in my camping food bag. So I will take it on my next trip, which is supposed to be next month. There is an opportunity to go on one this month, but the thing is, no one offered to give me a ride, so I'm just taking a pass on that one. Let's see, someone else has come in here. There is Ford. So you made it after all. So hopefully either you got the project done or you got done what you could today, and then you'll do the rest tomorrow. So in here is a turkey Tetrazzini. And I'm going to combine that with the rice. Just giving them both a bit of a shake. So this says wait 3 to 5 minutes, but I will probably leave it in there a little bit longer. I'll just have another munch of one of these crackers. It would have been a meetup of some fellow preppers here in Iowa, and it would have been at the Ledges State Park in Boone County. And a few years ago, I camped there with another large group, And when we had our common meal where we all had together, we went to one of the picnic shelters, but we all cooked the food at our individual campsites, and then we just took it there. So I paid for my site, and then another member of our group joined me at my site, and then when it was time for us to head out, she just gave me a ride over to the picnic shelter where we shared our meal. And I took some beef bacon that I had cooked, and I had some halal sausages, some beef sausages. I took those. That was my contribution to the meal. And then the rest of the food, we pretty much were on our own, but we did have some group activities, but it was only for, I was there 4 days, 3 nights, and then the person who came and joined me at my site only stayed 2 nights because she had to get back home. But in November, I will be attending the Veterans Day camp that TAC from ALK Forging and Adventures has been hosting for several years. So I'm not a vet, so I never thought of asking to attend, but I was invited. I have relatives who have served. And so during that weekend, when TAC shoots her videos, she asks all the attendees about if they served, where they served, when, what unit, or maybe what their job was, if they're allowed to say some of it. But I have my step grandpa on my mom's side, who is the second husband of my maternal grandmother. So after her first husband died, then she remarried. So I knew him as grandpa because I never really got to know my real maternal grandfather. But he was in the Marines and then in the Air Force. And then I have a cousin who is a jet mechanic, and she was stationed at Eglin Air Base during the time that she was in. And then I had another cousin on my dad's side who I think was in the Army. This So this rice is, I probably put a little too much water in here, but that's okay. But you can see how cheesy it is. So I will put it right here. I'm going to call that good for that. Now you can better see the jalapenos. This is a lot lighter in color than Mountain House Turkey Tetrazzini. So penne pasta is used. So there is what the turkey looks like. And there's peas in here. Now I'm going to go ahead and get the dessert out of here. You can see how much thicker it is, adding a lot less water. I think this is how it's supposed to be. But that does definitely taste good. Putting the cheese in the rice definitely steps that up. The turkey, fully rehydrated. The peas still have a bit of a snap to them. And the penne is al dente. Some of the noodles are kind of sticking to each other, but that's okay. I actually like this combination, just mixing all of this together. And since I don't have a spread here, since I'm saving that chocolate peanut butter spread, I'm going to crumble up to it. Just for a little bit of a crunch, just because I can. That adds a little bit of texture, a little bit of crunch. So I don't mind it being just a little soupy. That's what I like about these crackers, they're so versatile. For those that I've explained this tray, this is from 1983. For those that may not have seen it before or don't remember. My high school class, I graduated in 1984. We had a fundraiser, Tupperware party, so we could raise money for the annual senior trip. And so I bought this tray. Plus a couple other things for my mom, because she used to collect and use Tupperware. In fact, when we went to a bingo hall a couple of different times, they were having Tupperware items as prizes, so I won her a few Tupperware items. So I had only used it a few times since I originally got this tray, but then when I started doing ration reviews, after I won that Amory from Sticky Fingers 749, this is a tray that I used exclusively until I got the green one. So now I switch off. So for something that either does not have a whole lot of sides like this, or a huge main when I'm, like for instance, when I'm combining things, then I'll use this one. But for other rations that have a lot more items for the meal, then I'll use the green one. Just gonna go through the chat, see if I missed anything, since I really haven't been looking at it. Now, Mountain House does a beef stroganoff, but I have not eaten it yet. There is one Mountain House mains that is in the MCW that I wish they would put into the civilian camping food bags, is the seafood chowder. Now, I would buy that because I really liked it. Some don't like it, or they just don't eat seafood for whatever reason, but I really enjoyed it. And these crackers would have been good for the Skyflix chowder. Or, I mean, the seafood chowder. Yeah, these Skyflakes would be great for chilies, for the chowders, and things like that. I sure like how these peas turned out. They taste like fresh peas that has just been picked and thrown into the pot at the last minute, so they don't get as long a cook time. I've only ordered from Emery Empire once. I bought one entree, which I have not reviewed that, but that will be coming up in the near future. And there is for an Emery in the house. Art and Nina coming in to say hi and dropping that super chat. Much appreciated. You can get that mug and this sport at foreignemery.com, along with MCWs, some First Strike rations, USMREs, both current and vintage, plus some Norwegian and some Spanish. I think all they had left was breakfast items last time I checked. And of course, you can also get the t-shirts, and you specify your size when ordering the shirts. And the DAF rations they've had, both the red line and the black, those have been really good. I would get those again. And they also do the ammo can gift boxes. Plus they have the mystery boxes. Unless they've sold out of those. And I'm hoping that they're able to get some more new stuff in. It just all depends on what they can source and get it at a decent price and get it shipped here without any issues. You know, that tikka masala does sound good. If that doesn't have rice in it, that would taste good over rice or pasta or even mashed potatoes. Yeah, I don't mind the wheat snack breads. It's just that the fresher ones will be the better. And I have a few of those. I have a multi-grain. I got the white wheat snack bread and then just the wheat snack bread. I might do a little experiment with one of those. Maybe tearing it up and then put an entree on top of it that has a bit of sauce to it. That might sound good. Yeah, the hamburger buns or better yet, what you would get in the Australian rations. That bread is like the original shelf-stable bread that was in the either the brown bag MREs or issued separately. I had one of those. It was quite some time ago when I opened that up. I had that as a separate item, and I opened that up with, I think it was the last brown bag MRE that I reviewed. But the Australian bread is like that. You know, it's the same shape, but obviously it tastes a whole lot better. If U.S. rations would have something like that, I think that would be a big hit. Because it actually feels and tastes like real bread. I've had only a few European breads, like the rye bread. Yeah, the German canned bread. In fact, you can buy that on Amazon. And the cans are actually a little bit taller than this mug, my drinking jar. They're about as tall as the Campbell's Chunky Soup cans, but wider. So I actually have a couple of those. And what's neat about those, they're pre-sliced, so you don't have to worry about trying to slice that. The B&M canned bread, when you open that, you have to slice it. But that comes in two forms. There's the raisin bread and then the regular brown wheat bread. So I have some of each. With the German bread cans, if you don't use it all, you can just put the plastic lid on it. And when I did that German EPA that I got from for an MRE several years ago, I didn't eat all of that bread on camera, but what I did was I just stored it in the fridge and actually had it for breakfast the next day. And that made for just that bread, and I think I put some butter on it. And that was a filling enough breakfast for what I needed. I had to get up early for something. I think it was a doctor's appointment or something. So that really worked out, just having that. It was quick. No prep needed. Just have that in my coffee, and I was good to go. Oh, speaking of Vegemite, I should get a bunch of these crackers so I can have my Vegemite and Marmite on it. I mean, it'd be really salty, but it would still be very tasty. Of course, I would eat the Vegemite or the Marmite on MRE crackers. And that way I can get the salty flavor. But I'll be doing some grocery shopping. If not Friday, maybe over the weekend. I don't know what yet I'm doing on Friday. I don't know if I'll be going back to attending Friday prayer at the mosque again, because I have not been going. I've only gone there to either check on things, to do a little reorganizing, just checking on our supplies. But I do that since I'm a key holder. So I was in there a couple of weeks ago doing a little bit of stuff, cleaning out the fridge, getting rid of any food that had been in there for a while. And even had a third of a 10-pound bag of rice that was just in there, and the cloth bag was tore, so I brought that home and then I repackaged it. So that any food that was still usable, because our imam's wife wanted all of the food out of there so that the kitchen could get a thorough cleaning. So there was some peas and carrots in the fridge, or in the freezer, so I brought those home. And actually made up a stew with some ground beef and some diced onions that I had in my freezer also. Threw in some of my spices. And I got a couple of servings of that left over. So I'll eat some of that for dinner tomorrow. And then there was some, so anything that could still be put away that had not been used. I even found a full can of tomato sauce, really small can, a full can of that in the fridge. And of course, when it's that cold, it'll be hard to get out. So I checked the date on it, and it will have its best by this year. So I brought that home. So whatever I do over there, I talk to the mom's wife about what I see there. Well, look who it is, Shadow Scout Sweet in the house, saying good morning. So it's early morning for him. Not as late in the morning as it is for Yossi. But it's good to see you in here. So this is what my main was tonight, the turkey tetrazzini with the rice. And I mixed the jalapeno cheese sauce mix in with the rice. So give it some flavor. And then the Skyflix Crackers. Oh, someone else dropping that super chat, Wyoming. Dropping that super chat. Thanks for doing that. That's much appreciated. So that will go towards a future either ration purchase or a gear item that I will test, like my last Google payment. I bought that Array 2S headlamp. It has the red light in addition to the white LED. So that will be going with me in November. I do have one other headlamp that has red light, but it's one of those cheaper ones. I'll still keep it. It uses AAA batteries. So I have some other headlamps as well. I have that Perrin Mini that I bought from Olite. So right now I have that in my bug out bag. But I will eventually take that one out for a trip. Of course, that one, you can detach the light itself from the headband. And you can clip it on a hat, you can clip it on a shirt pocket, you can clip it on a backpack, or another bag that you might carry, you can stick it on there. And you can still be hands-free with it. And that one is like a gold color. So it would be easy to find if I dropped it on the ground. And when I did that video on the Array 2S, I was saying that when one of my sisters last year saw me with my original Array headlamp, I was using it during our family trip when I was out at night, especially if some others in our group were night fishing, and I would go there, provide them some light. Even when I myself wasn't fishing, I would provide them light. And then earlier this year, when my sister needed to do a repair in her house, she needed a light, but yet have both hands free, then she remembered me with my headlamp. So she went and bought a headlamp. That way she could see what she was doing to make the repair and still have both hands free, because at the time she was home alone. She didn't buy an Olight, but that's okay. She got a headlamp, so now she is better prepared to do stuff like that. If the power goes out, she or my other sister who shares the house with her, they can grab that headlamp and then go do whatever they need to do. As some people in other channels have said, before they got headlamps, they never saw the value of them until they actually needed to have that kind of a light source, and then they went and got a headlamp and were able to do that job. And it helps you get more prepared to handle more situations. And plus, they're just plain fun. I'm going for more cappuccino. Oh yeah, yeah. If you're chasing down your quarry at night, or you're looking to find where the animal fell, and you're still carrying your rifle, when you have it in hand, to carry your rifle, you got to carry your animal. You only got two paws, so you got to have that light on your head. I got the cheesecake. I'm going to throw some of the raisins in. Because why not? The raisins go well with the cinnamon flavors. Well, Pete, unless you're a mutant, you only got 2 paws. You're not a spider, you're not an insect, you're not an octopus or a squid. I like the raisins in there, so I'm putting more in. No, that is Will from GIT Preparedness Info. Thanks for dropping in. Good to see you in here. I finished off my turkey tetrazzini and the rice that I flavored with jalapeno cheese sauce mix or cheese spread mix, but I turned it into a rice sauce because I put the cheese powder in with the rice before I put the water in. This is a classic to find an almond. There is another piece of cashew, or nope, I think that's another peanut. I think there's only one or two cashew pieces in here. No, there's some cashew, right? But there's M&Ms, almonds, peanuts, a couple of bits of cashew. I wish there was more cashew in there because that's my favorite nut. But this is still a good mix, a classic one. That's okay, Rachel. Thanks for dropping in. The Skyflix Crackers, you gotta get them. And Amazon has a variety pack where you can get different flavors. Average Joe opened up one of those packs on his channel and showed all the different flavors. He didn't sample them all in that video, but he opened up the pack to show the different flavors that come in it. They're thin, they're crispy, they're salty like a saltine should be. And this is that cinnamon swirl cheesecake mix that I've just added some raisins to from the trail mix. And there's a lot less, I put a lot less water in here this time, so it's not like a soup. So this is go with the raisins in it. Of course, being a dry mix, you don't have the graham cracker crumbs to put underneath it, but that's okay. Having this kind of dessert, if you're having to rely on stuff like this as your sole food source for whatever reason, having something like this would definitely be a morale booster. Oh yeah, in fact, Pete won Average Joe's giveaway. So that is cool that you're going to get an awesome prize from him. And he's going to give away a stove in his next giveaway. So I have to look out for when he does that. So he's getting a collection of stoves that he's testing out. He had a gasifier one that he put pellets in, and he boiled the water for his coffee when he did his review today. Yeah, that cherry drink is better than the USMRE drinks. Oh, yep. So Pete will definitely enjoy that box from Joe. Now, if you get the grape that actually has some real fruit juice in it, that is the best one. I had, I think, like 14 or 15 of those that I had bought as a lot on eBay. I opened one up, I drank it, and I liked it. I kept drinking more of them. Oh, crap, I better stop. So I sent a couple to Smokey, and I sent one to Dark Matter as kind of a joke for him, but he liked it. So Smokey drank one of his. He still has the other one sealed. I have 4 left. And I told Sean during the Ration Museum stream, If he did not have that particular one, I would send him one. And I said that when I do the review of that fruit soup that I bought from Corey over in England, I want to send him the packet after I open it and try out that fruit soup, because it looks like a very vintage pack. So I want to send that to Sean for the museum. And I still may send him one of those grape drink powders anyway. And it's actually purple and not blue. And it tastes just like grapefruit juice from concentrate. It's only 40% juice, but it's still real fruit juice in there. I have had a couple other fruit soups. The first time I had one, I did it hot. And then CT commented that those are usually cold. So the next one I got, I did it cold. But personally, I prefer the warm better. And when I get this one from Corey, I'm going to use warm water. That's okay. Thanks for dropping in. I'll probably be closing this one out pretty soon anyway, since I'm almost done with all of my food. That orange spot right there is, I guess, some of the warm Tetrazzini sauce hit this M&M in it, and some of the color bled off. That's all good. So next week, it will be the omelet. The Western omelet scramble, and it has cheese and jalapeno already in it. And it has the Skyflix chocolate cracker. There's another one of the regular Skyflix crackers in there. There's the chocolate protein bar that's in there. And there's an English breakfast tea, so I will make that up as my hot drink. So that'll be my breakfast for dinner. Wouldn't be the first time I've done that. That one MCW that I thought would be one that I could eat, turns out it had pork in it, so I passed that entree on to Aletha the last time she stopped by here. And I just ate the rest of that one. It had the granola, had some other stuff in it, so that MCW was not a total loss. But see, the outside of that bag did not say ham, but when you got to the Mountain House pouch, it said ham on it. So yeah, I don't eat pork. You know, just like Jews, Muslims do not eat pork, so I did not eat that one. So I chose to pass it on. I don't think Aletha had tried that one before, so she got a chance to try that one out. Yeah, the Mountain House granola with blueberries. That's a pretty good granola. I'm not familiar with that one, Pete. So I don't know what that one is. That's a name I have not seen, at least around here. Awesome. Now, she said earlier today that she was elsewhere, not here in Iowa. Oh, okay. Oh, she's got to be feeling pretty good if she drove, unless Jay drove at least part of the way. So she lives here in Iowa in the eastern part of the state, near Cedar Rapids, but she does come to Des Moines on occasion, and she does go elsewhere, so she's got to be feeling pretty good if she is traveling this weekend. She was in the Ration Museum stream earlier, but she's probably just relaxing wherever she's at now. Yeah, it's good that she didn't travel alone, so she wouldn't have to tire herself driving, because that's a long distance to get from Iowa to wherever you're at. So, yeah, we're all glad that she's feeling better. And of course, DeCarlos is on the mend after having his knee surgery. And he has made a couple of videos since coming home from the hospital. And he's got more stuff on the way that he will get into. So I'm glad to see DeCarlos is back in business. He's the one who sent me that seafood chowder MCW when I had a hard time finding it, because that was one I had been wanting to get for quite some time, and he had an extra, so he hooked me up. Well, Pennsylvania, I don't know where Philly is, since that's where Sean and Russian Museum. They're he's in Philly, so I don't know where that is in relation to Philly. So, yeah, I guess if she wanted, she could have gone there and paid him a visit. Oh, okay, so that's probably a bit a bit too far. Oh, okay, so yeah, that would be a bit of a distance. I've never been that far east, so I have absolutely no idea about that. There is a prepping to endure. Sorry, dude, I'm all out of the food for this meal. I got more stuff in here, but that's for next Sunday. So, freeze-dried turkey tetrazzini. I did this one last Sunday, and then I'll do this one next Sunday. And then after that, I finally got my order from Minotaur that got lost in July by UPS. So he still had everything in stock that I wanted on that original order that I placed in late July for August delivery, but UPS bungled that one big time. So that's the retro Ration box. I did an unboxing of that last week, so I think I will go ahead and do that one. Then I have the 3 MREs, and I'll get into a couple of those. I've had one of those already, so I may do something different with that. That might end up either being camping food, or I'll just strip it and put all of the components into my big box of randomness that I currently have my assorted sides and desserts. Oh, bugger.